Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics Last Non-Classics. This is episode number 609 and Doubleshot number 515. Yep. This one I'm reviewing two DC trades. One, of course, is a sci-fi trade. The other, of course, is something Earth-based. First up, it's second volume of the series, and no, I don't have the first volume for this one. That's The Green Lantern Corps, Volume 2, Alpha War, collecting Green Lantern Corps, Volume 3, Issues 0 and 8 to 14. Okay, those of you wondering, Alpha War. Alpha, what's that? What do you mean by that? Like, who are these people with these strange looking with their lanterns in the chest? These are the Alpha Lanterns. What the heck these people are is essentially put the internal affairs for the Green Lantern Corps, because they're space cops, so why not have internal affairs? Despite the fact these people are have no emotion, and they're all complete dicks. Oh yeah, and it turns out this actually is a setup for Rise of the Third Army. I'm not kidding about it. That's basically what the whole point of the story is. And in this story, they actually get rid of now John Stewart, because I don't have the previous book. He's actually charged with murder and put on. It's simply put, if you watch the episode in Blackest Night, that two-parter from Justice League, it's very similar to that. The only difference is he didn't destroy an entire planet. He just killed one person, and he's put on trial by the Alpha Lanterns. And it seems like the Alpha Lanterns are written to be almost exactly like the Manhunters. Yeah, that's basically the way the writer puts them. The Manhunters were the Green Lantern's predecessors as being a police corps for policing the universe. Mm-hmm. Let's simply put what this thing is, and if you want to figure out who the focus characters here are, it's John Stewart, Guy Gardner, and Kilowog. Kilowog doesn't do much in here, but mostly just focus on John Stewart and Guy Gardner. That's simply what these issues are. It's a very interesting story, and a thoroughly good one. Though there's that actually wraps up with issue 12. The last couple issues in here, aside from issue 0, is a two issues of the Green Lantern Corps stuff for Wrath of the Rise Third Army stuff. Well, it kind of starts it off anyways. Issue 0 is the New 52 origin for Guy Gardner. Not much different than how he's normally depicted. And yeah, he was originally one of the people selected to be, the bearer of Albin Sur's ring. Overall, really good set of issues. The writer for this is Pierre Tomasi. Yep. Yeah. And here's kind of the thing. The guy left for 20 issues. Now, I have volume 3 here, and I will talk about more about basically the ending of his run. And when I get a chance to see him next week, I'm going to ask him, like the rumor that had been swirling. There's been a rumor that's been swirling around for roughly, off the top of my head, roughly about the past 5 years. There is a rumor of why Pierre Tomasi left this book. Yeah, the rumor is the reason why he left this book is because DC was planning to kill off John Stewart. That is literally the reason why he stopped writing this book. Yeah, that's the rumor that's been swirling around for the past 5 years, and I am going to ask him about it when I get a chance to meet him at Comic-Con next week. The artwork in here is done by Fernando Pastrin with Kafu, and I think that's it for writers-wise artwork in here. Oh, this also, if I can get open here. Yeah, that's it. Just 2 artists. Not bad, but a really good story. And basically sets up the Guardians as being pretty much the main villains of the next 6 issues, until they're killed out by Sinestro. And I will talk about that when it comes to Volume 3. I'm going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. It's just really damn good. I personally can't wait to get my hands on the other trades for this series, because I only have just 2. I think overall for that particular volume, I think they only released about 6 to 8 books. Yeah. Next up is Kobra. Yep, that is Kobra Resurrection. That is literally what this book is. That's what this trade is called. This book, it like collects. Get this. Okay. The issues it collecting here are Checkmate, Volume 2, Issues 23, 25. Kobra number 1, a Jack Kirby issue. Yeah. Though this is the first of 8 issues, but for some reason they don't collect the following 7 issues in here, which is quite stupid. DC Special Series number 1, which is a follow-up to the Kobra series. Faces of Evil Kobra number 1. Who's Who, the Definitive Dictionary of DC Universe number 12. Who's Who in DC Universe number 13. JLA Z number 2. And that's it. Yeah, collecting various stories from the years of 1976, 1977, 1986, 1981, 2003, 2008, 2009. Yeah. Greg Rucka just does the Checkmate issues. I am going to get my hands on Checkmate by Greg Rucka Volume 2, possibly when I get to Comic-Con next week, because I really do enjoy his Checkmate issues. Yeah, for his run, he had Kobra be principally the main villains of the run, and this kind of takes them down kind of mostly anyways. And it has Checkmate recruiting a bunch of superheroes, first starting with Superman, and then recruiting the Justice League and the JSA to take down Kobra. Phase 2, just something focuses on Jason Barr, the guy who'd been the leader, who originally was the main, who actually was a federal agent who went to take them down, because Kobra, if you don't know who these people are, no, these are not the same people from the G.I. Joe comic. DC's Kobra made their debut in 1976. Roughly about 6 years before G.I. Joe's Kobra came out in 1982. So DC did not rip off now, in the case of DC's version, unlike for G.I. Joe's version of Kobra, where it's a terrorist organization, this is a cult. A really big one. They're cult terrorists. Yeah, and they wear outfits like this. And those of you wondering, did these guys ever appear outside the comics? Oh, heck yes, they did. In Batman Beyond. And an episode of Static Shock. Like, the first 2 episodes, I think it was the final season of the show. Yeah, the first 2 episodes of the final season of Static Shock did have Kobra show up on there. But otherwise, though, that's really it. If I can think of for Kobra's, I think they did appear in Brave and the Bold. Yeah, they did also appear in at least one episode of Beware the Batman. But that's simply it. This overall is a really damn good trade. I love the Jack Kirby issue. I really wish they would have collected the entire series of Kobra. But why only the first issue, which is really kind of bizarre? Yeah, I don't know why. The other writers, aside from Greg Rucka, are Eric Trautman, which I think he takes over as the writer for the rest of the series of Checkmate. The artwork for the Checkmate issues is done by Joe Bennett. The Faces of Kobra issue, the Faces of Kobra, the Fangs of Kobra, which is Kobra number 1. The writing is done by Jack the King Kirby and Steve Starman, and Martin Palisco, who also does the DC Special Edition number 1. Jack Kirby is the artist of it, along with D. Bruce Berry and Pablo Marcus. The artist for DC Special is Mike Nesser, and Faces of Evil Kobra is done by Ivan Brandon, and the artwork is done by Julian Lopez. And I do love the fact they actually give credit to Checkmate created by Paul Kupperberg and Steve Irwin. Yeah, I love the fact they did that, but they still refused to put the first volume in trade. No idea why. They put the second volume. They gave the second volume a new trade series. They even collected it when it was coming out, and yet for some reason they refused to put the original volume in trade. It's only 33 issues, and you have to basically start off with, I think it's like Action Comics number 598. I mean, how many volumes would it take to collect 33 issues? I think roughly about 3 books. Yeah, 3 volumes. And that's it. Well, unless of course you also want to collect their outside appearances after the series and like in the pages of Vigilante, Deathstroke, and other books they appeared in. But this, fantastic. I'm going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is episode number 610 and Doubleshot number 516, where I'm going to cover 2 sci-fi based trades. One trade, it'd be the first one ever reviewed on my channel. The other one, I have reviewed a trade collected stuff by him, but it'll be the second one I've done by him. Okay? But you'll find out what they are in the next episode. Okay? But to see you there. Bye.